we've completely rebuilt our interiors model within C.Scale. And what we've done is enabled you to have much greater continuity between what you model in simple mode and what is modeled in detailed design mode. So let's imagine working on this campus center renovation. We might want to set different reuse percentages for different parts of our model. So let's say our walls, maybe about 70% of those are going to remain in place. Maybe there's a little bit of reuse on our flooring, some on our ceilings, and maybe all of our doors are going to be replaced. And what you can do here is you can also start to model what are the typical assemblies for your walls, your floors, your ceilings, and your doors. And so when you move from simple into detailed design mode, we take all of the simple settings and we automatically populate the quantities and the assemblies within your model. So this gets you up and running pretty quickly. What you're able to do then is update the quantity to match your project. And you can also come into each one of these, and there's a few different fields that you can configure to make these assemblies really match what's happening on your project. So you can set the wall type, maybe there's some cavity insulation, the finish type, and you can march through your assemblies and configure these. What you're seeing here is we've got two assemblies. One is set to new construction, and then since we had existing to remain set on our simple modeler, we've also modeled in an assembly that's set as existing to remain. So you might want to update these to match what is the assembly that is going to stay in the project, and then what is the assembly that's going to be new construction. Once you've updated your assemblies to match your project, you can quickly understand where you should focus your efforts to reduce carbon. So here we're seeing that it's our metal stud wall, and it's also our carpet medium pile. Those are the largest emitters within the project. And so I'm going to click into this metal stud wall. I'm going to open it up, and I can see here in the total emissions column that 163,000 kilograms of CO2 is coming from the gypboard that's within that metal stud wall. And if I come down to the flooring and I look at that medium pile carpet, I'm seeing that it's our carpet, our nylon, our medium pile. That's also the largest emitter. And so what we want to help teams accomplish is once you've identified your hotspots, to be able to understand which materials are the largest emitters, and then to be able to explore some product options that could actually be procured on the project and help reduce carbon when that project is actually built. And so here you're looking at our product library. Here you can look through a bunch of different gyp options, and you might want to add some of these to your project and be able to compare them within your project's product library. And so the goal here is to help teams identify their hotspots, identify products that will move the needle, and get those products in place for specification and eventually procurement.